Greetings, legendary readers. Welcome to Larry's Legendary Library, where we explore science fiction, fantasy, and other bits and bobs. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. I came up with a way that I plan to categorize the science fiction that I read, and you could call it a science fiction taxonomy. That's what I plan to call it. If you remember from biology class back in high school, at least for me, the taxonomy for plants and animals and things, they'd have them in a kingdom, phylum, order, class, etc. And it kind of helps you classify between different animals and different living things. Well, I've come up with 6 classifications that I feel like most science fiction will fit into one of these. It seems like most of the science fiction I read would probably have a dominant classification, although I'm sure there will be secondary and perhaps tertiary classifications also. Anyway, I came up with this idea after reading The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and then reading Star Maker by Olaf Stapledon. If you're familiar with those 2 books, you realize how different they are. And I read them back to back, and it was almost like getting whiplash. And that experience led me to try to categorize and classify what I've been reading. And as I mentioned, I'm going to call it Larry's Legendary Library Science Fiction Taxonomy. This isn't a ranking or a rating system. It's not about quality. It's not the difference between hard sci-fi and soft sci-fi, although one or the other of those might lend itself more to one classification over another. But with that being said, let's jump into these 6 classifications of Larry's Legendary Library Science Fiction Taxonomy. First up, wonder science fiction. This is about scale. This is about big ideas, megastructures, cosmic timelines. These are books that make the universe feel huge and you feel small in the best possible way. Books that give you a sense of awe. Think of Dune, Ringworld, and Marrow. Next, pressure science fiction. This is where systems get stressed, civilizations, ecosystems, technologies, and consequences are allowed to happen. There's no easy outs. Think Alastair Reynolds, Stephen Baxter, Frederick Pohl. This is science fiction that asks the question, what is going to break first? And then philosophical science fiction. These books aren't always in a hurry. They're more interested in meaning, memory, identity, consciousness. Think Wolfe, Ursula K. Guin, and my most recent experience reading Olaf Stapledon. These are books that you finish and you keep thinking about, books with deep meaning. And then there's puzzle science fiction. This category engages your brain directly, structured ideas, logical extrapolation, systems that you want to understand so you can better appreciate them. Peter F. Hamilton, Hanu Rajanimi, Andy Weir. These are books that get the reader involved with an active participant in the puzzle. And then adventure science fiction. Adventure science fiction prioritizes action and adventure. Clear goals, escalating conflict, space opera, energy. David Weber, Simon R. Green, Ian M. Banks. It's fun, but when it's great, it still carries real ideas and has very real stakes. And then finally, my last category is comfort science fiction. These are worlds you want to live in, character-driven, humane, often optimistic. Think Lois McMaster Bujold, Becky Chambers, some C.J. Cherry. Not shallow, just warm, like curling up with a cup of coffee by a campfire. So let me explain how this will fit in with my channel. You may notice that I gravitate toward wonder, pressure, and philosophical science fiction. I like stories that make the universe feel vast, reality feels heavy, and have deeper meaning beneath the surface. Books that make you think. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy the others. It just means I can talk about them differently. My L rating won't change. My L rating measures how well a book succeeds and how much I enjoy it. This taxonomy explains what kind of reading experience it is offering. A comfort science fiction novel can absolutely earn an L5, and so can a brutal pressure science fiction novel. They're just made different. I hope to give the taxonomy from now on when I give a book review, and as I do more and more reviews and populate my taxonomy, I hope to give a ranking of my favorites in each of these categories. Well, I put the list in the description, this taxonomy, if you want to reference it, or if you'd like to discuss it with me, or if you want to make suggestions. Let me know in the comments where your own science fiction taste falls. Also, let me know what you think about the categories. Do you think they work? Do you think there should be others? Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay legendary. Legendary.